The search is on. Mzansi's next cooking star in the making. Only the best will do. Right here on Color Your Plate with Koo. Last week on Color Your Plate with Koo, the bottom 4 showed off their street food skills in a double elimination challenge. Each contestant was allocated a country to be inspired by, and in the end it was Lisa, who represented India, and Yetu, who represented the USA, who fell short and were eliminated. Now, the top 6 reunite to take on their next challenge. Andile Mkhonza, Sandanati Mashita, Bandile Matinane, Ridumetse Mukwena, Mabalani Siripo, and Eugene Brito.
It feels good to be in the real top 6.
I am expecting it to be challenging and hard because we are getting closer to the end.
I'm very, very worried. I'm very concerned. I think you can never anticipate what's going to happen.
Contestants, welcome back to the kitchen. Today, we are turning up the heat, literally 360 degrees Celsius now.
Thank you.
And we are one step closer to the finale, where one of you will walk away with the grand prize of 150,000 rand. From Koo.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
This challenge is all about the oven. We want you to create your meals using the oven.
No stovetop, no air fryer, no manga business. You have to use the oven. You also have to incorporate Mrs. Bowl's chutney and Koo baked beans in your dish.
And we don't just want one pot dish. We want a full meal, a main and 2 sides.
And because we're going to be having a feast today, we are going to bring in a guest judge to help us judge your dishes.
Okay.
He is a 2-time Comic Choice Award winner. He's an MC, he's a digital creator, and honestly, one of the funniest guys you will ever meet. Please welcome into the Color Your Plate with Koo kitchen, Vafa Naragi.
We have a guest judge today, which is exciting, and he's really cool.
I love his videos.
I just want to tell you some of the benefits of dating me. What I bring to the table. The thing about me is I'm unemployed, so I'll always be waiting for you when you come home after work. What I'm looking for in judging today is whether they brought the sauce to the table or not. I want to see how Mrs. Balls is integrated in their meals. And one thing about me, baby, safety first. I always carry the condiments. Nice to meet you guys. I'm looking forward to today. But we're only using the oven. Yeah. Some of you guys only know 2 plates. Now we're going inside. Yeah. So we're ready for the challenge today. I look forward to it. Yeah.
So the challenge is set. Chef Ruben is already waiting for you in the kitchen to do the masterclass. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Using the oven today only is really tricky. So we'll pick it up and see how it goes.
Vafa, thanks for joining me in the kitchen.
Thank you, thank you.
So we're going to incorporate baked beans and the chutney in this recipe. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how you guys utilize the oven. Obviously, temperature will play a role. We'll have different elements that you need to cook in the oven, and then you have the time constraint.
I want to see Chef Ruben do the challenge they want us to do. Because how do you do everything, and I mean everything, in the oven?
Okay, Vafa.
Yes?
I'll give you like an easy job. Not that, I mean, you can handle
I'm a professional.
anything more difficult.
The only reason I don't do this for a living is that I want you employed.
Oh! Such a nice guy, eh?
So considerate.
Creating employment in South Africa, that is what.
Seasoning.
Yes.
Very important. And chicken, it's got a bit of fat to it. That's why it likes acidity. When we season, just make sure salt and pepper, kind of rub it in with a bit of olive oil on both sides, if you can do that for us. I want the chicken to have a little bit of a nice skin, so the pan's already in the oven.
So I'm just supposed to massage this like a human being?
Exactly. Salt is supposed to bring out more of the flavor. It's not just to make it salty, you know.
It activates the flavor.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what I learned in culinary school.
And sometimes, oh, you went culinary school?
Yeah, no.
I don't know how good you are in the kitchen.
Can you not tell? Look at this delicate hand movement.
I can only see that you're a good massager. Now we're gonna just chop some garlic.
Okay.
I think you can do like 2 or 3 cloves would be enough, just roughly chopped basically. It doesn't need to be too fine. Got some rosemary here. You can use like thyme or rosemary, and green chili, I'll add that as well. And then some balsamic vinegar. Preserved lemon, they also bring a nice different kind of dimension in terms of taste. It's not just acidity.
What are they preserved in?
They're preserved in salt and their own juice.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Mrs. Ball's chutney.
Of course, how can you forget?
Hey, it's the sweetness and the kind of tanginess that I think we like. That's why we add it to so many of our
I love the
sort of
body.
dishes.
It's got a lot of umami.
There we go. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Body. Vafa and
I did this with one hand. Do you know this?
I've noticed that, yeah.
How are you giving me the chili?
Because I think let's chop it in there as well. Normally with preserved lemon, you don't use the inside. You can cut that off, and it's more the skin and the pith, basically.
I'm glad they give you this opportunity to come be my assistant today.
Yeah, when I heard that you're coming, I was like jumping at the opportunity to hopefully learn something new, you know. Would you mind put the chicken in there?
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on the skin so we can get the skin to be crispy.
Wow. Wow. You're onto something.
Then for our sides, we're using cauliflower florets that we coated with some yogurt and some turmeric and seasoning. And that's roasting in the oven as it is. So Vafa made a dressing here already. Vafa, what did you put in there?
So, as you can see, greens. I don't want to give away my secret recipe.
I know.
Yeah. So there's some mint, exactly,
coriander.
And coriander and cilantro.
Yeah.
Is it?
And cilantro. Yeah.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. I can smell it.
Yeah. And
Some garlic.
and
some-
garlic and red chili.
Did you also mix it with oil, Vafa?
Yes. So naturally. Yeah.
And do you season it or you haven't seasoned it yet?
Did you put the salt and pepper?
Look, I can't teach you everything. Okay?
Oh.
There's some things you just need to learn for yourself.
So we're going to add the beans to that.
Now do exactly how I told you.
Yeah. Okay. So what you wanted me to not put too much of the juice in there, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then now I'm going to.
No, just stir that. Stir, not bash. The chicken by now should have a golden color. And because we heat up the pan, it doesn't stick to it either, you know, that helps. So let's add the rest of the ingredients as you prescribed, Vafa. Loads of garlic. So that's a preserved lemon, a little bit of chicken stock,
And of course, lemon juice.
the lemon juice also on the side,
Some small
rosemary.
Yes. Some very small rosemary.
And then the Mrs. Balls. So we're trying to make a sauce.
Yes.
And there's still some juices coming out of the chicken too that's gonna like go into the sauce.
Go into the sauce.
So the cauliflower, yogurt, turmeric,
And oven.
and in the oven only.
Yes.
Adding the yogurt is for like what, flavor and texture, or
The yogurt is also for acidity, and that tiny bit of creaminess really goes well with the cauliflower especially. Okay, yeah, chef. And then what we do is we kind of, you know, do a nice little sprinkle of the sauce over there.
Now you see why I was mixing it earlier. See.
But how nice is it to use the beans like this? Yeah. You know, again, try and think differently of how to use baked beans.
Just a little bit of olive oil, just a drizzle, and then some vinegar, just a little sparkle, some red onions, and then we've got here a chili. And now you just want just the front part of the chili. That's what's important. Just drizzle it over here, chef, and we just do a little
Like a
one,
little
two,
toss.
one, two, and then from there I can garnish the plate. Look at this. Look at this. Now watch here.
All
When
right.
a parsley bay.
Yeah.
So cilantro me.
Oh, cilantro bay.
There's no parsley in
Coriander
there,
bay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, look here. So our sauce, nicely reduced. For me, this dish is all about the taste. You know, it's all about that balance of fattiness of the chicken, and then we have the sweetness, the tanginess of the Mrs. Ball's chutney, but we've kind of pushed up a bit more of the acidity with the lemon juice and the balsamic vinegar. But balsamic also gives body. Our cauliflower, and then here we also prepared some pumpkin, because remember you have to do two sides. The pumpkin was also roasted in the oven, and then we added some tahini. You can also add some of the Mrs. Ball's chutney to that flavor. That's what we did, just to enhance it. There's some spring onion and some dhania, coriander, and cilantro. Okay, let's taste.
Yum. My favorite part.
The meal that Chef Ruben prepared for this masterclass was divine. I am a chicken fan, and what he did with the chicken was absolutely tasty.
I put the cauliflower in my mouth and just poof. You just taste the spice, and it's just really delicious.
All the flavors are just dancing in my mouth. I love that so much.
I believe in you guys. I believe in you.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to see you guys try to be creative and recreate something like this.
You've tasted it. Now we want some magic from you guys, okay?
Yes, chef.
I know you're ready.
Yes, chef.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Up next, no stovetops, no shortcuts, just the oven. Can the contestants turn up the heat and deliver? Win weekly with Koo and Mellowware. Show us your creative oven-made meal featuring Koo baked beans and Mrs. Ball's chutney. Stand a chance to win one of 12 Mellowware appliance sets that include an air fryer, frying pan, stick blender, panini press and grinders to the value of 4,800 Rand. Post a picture of your colorful plate on social media using hashtag #ColorYourPlate and tag @KooFoodSA to enter. T's and C's apply. The real classics never go out of style. Mzansi's original favorites for any meal occasion. Color your plate with Koo and Mrs. Balls.
Contestants, are you ready to bake, roast, and grill your way to the next round?
Yes.
You'll have 90 minutes to create your masterpiece. And remember, at the end of the day, one of you will be going home.
Steady. Ready. Kala. Listen properly. Kala. Your plates!
Today I'm making a baked bean taco topped with shrimp, and then I'll also be making smashed potatoes and some sweet corn. Going into the challenge, I'm feeling prepared because this is also food I usually make at home anyway. I've been on a prawn roll.
Today I'll be making a whole fish that is stuffed with lemons and onions so I can get more flavor. I'll also be glazing it with chutney later on. And then I'll also be making roasted asparagus. Asparagus tips with onions, you know, add a little bit of love there and there. And also I'm making a baked bean salsa here. I'm really worried because I have to bake this whole fish. So yeah, that's my biggest challenge.
I am making cauliflower rice that will be served with the boneless thighs, and on my sides I have broccoli with cheese salad, and my other side is going to be like sort of like a Mediterranean spicy salsa.
Today I'll be making ratatouille, baked vegetables with prawns and also oyster mushrooms. Ratatouille is a classic French dish, and I'm making it because obviously it's an oven challenge today, and it cooks quicker, and definitely using the Mrs. Balls, which will give you that nice sweet tangy taste into your sauce.
So today I'm going to be making a chicken baked in a bag. So I'm going to be using the Mrs. Balls in there as part of my marinade. I've got some chili flakes there and some orange zesty flavors. Then I am doing these beautiful mini carrots, and I'm also going to be doing some patty pans, some roasted pumpkin with the cool baked beans. What inspired me to make this meal is that I am carb conscious. I guess it also works in my favor since Koo is all about nutritional eating, and I just wanted to take a risk to show that you don't have to have carbs on a plate to enjoy a meal.
Molo sisi. Molo sisi. Unjani isithandwa sami?
Oh, ndiyaphila.
Xola
Ubalapha.
Oh nyani.
Ubalapha.
Sada nathi pheka ntoni mntazekayo?
Namhlanje ndinenzela
yes.
Poached cod, poached in coconut milk.
Poached cod?
Yes.
I thought you can only poach egg.
Rhino.
Yeah, poach pot. Pod or cod?
First day.
Okay, poached
Poached cod with a citrus salad, some miso cabbage, and your cool baked bean rice, as well as a romesco sauce.
Okay, but we're now right. Right. You're good to go. You're looking at the time.
Yes.
And you are focused.
Yes, 100%.
And you are fighting. Oh, Siyabulela.
Not today, at least.
Thanks,
so,
man. Go.
Elimination was what inspired me to make today's dish. Because you know what I'm not gonna do? Going home.
I'm gonna make the marinade for the boneless thighs with the baked beans, mix it up with some spices and add a bit of mayo there. And then I'm just gonna toss it obviously in the oven, and I'll be using the Mrs. Ball's chutney for one of the dressings for that I'm making with the sides.
I am definitely nervous for this challenge. I have never ever had to cook all my elements. So yeah, no. Oh, busy man. Oh, below. BP, it's a lot. High blood, too, it's a lot.
Rasta? I know, Rasta. Hey, no. The right.
Yeah, it's going down. You can take those for me. That's fine. Thank you so much. Thank you. So
Do go on. We are here for you, sir. And then Mrs. Balls, you're making and the baked beans?
Mrs. Balls will be a glaze for my fish. Yeah, at the very end. So I don't want it to burn and caramelize.
Yeah. Kwazi kamnandi.
Kwazi kamnandi.
Yeah.
Oh, madam.
Hello. Madam.
Thank you. Strong man.
I'm not even flexing.
Nice. Your dish, is it good enough to go to the next round?
What's
What's
we're doing the best that we can do. And you just gotta stay hopeful and hope that everything is gonna taste good.
Keep going.
Thank
Look
you.
at the time.
We believe in you.
Thank you.
So this is my rice, and instead of using normal water, I've kind of pureed the cool beans. I put water, salt. I'm cooking that in the puree, and then I'm going to take a bit of the juice out and then still use some of the cool beans as a form of texture in the rice as well. So it's South African take on Jamaican rice and peas. Right now, I have my head on straight and everything is going really well.
Now this orange,
Must we
is
share?
it your lunch or you're putting it in here?
I really need vitamin C.
So it's for sustenance.
good.
So this is not going into the meal.
Yes, so
And
my...
acha, you know?
Yes. Lifestyle levels.
It's Mediterranean.
Yes, you see.
More confident.
Get confident.
No, rest last week. You should be, you have more woman.
Yeah,
you
so
should be
we-
cooking like this.
But hopefully you won't be resting for the rest of the year.
No, I won't be resting for the rest.
Yeah, the way.
Slow.
No, I think you should have that orange first. Because we carry.
Get for
Yes.
Thank you so
I
much.
will pray for you.
How I'm incorporating the baked beans is that I drained off the juices, and I'm just going to be using the beans in my roasted pumpkin warm salad. And this is going to bring another salty, crunchy element to my dish.
Contestants, you have been cooking for 30 minutes. That means you have 1 hour left. 1 hour, come on.
My watermelon feta salad, I'll be doing a chutney dressing with it, so there's a sweet element inside. I'll also be adding a crunch of toasted seeds and also toasted nuts as well. The watermelon salad will impress the judges because now it's a fresh element to the whole dish overall, and it just makes it blend well because of its natural flavors.
Sawubona we-Angela. Oh,
Sawubona sisithembi.
ngiyabezitha. Hamba kanjani? Ngicela ukubuza uzozifaka zonke at the same time?
Yes.
Lelo kunjani?
Yes, so what I already did is that I've already put on the potatoes first.
Yes.
They're almost done cooking. And then the other vegetables, and the potting in there, it cooks very quickly.
Oh, that's a step by step.
Yes.
Oh,
You know those branches, what are you going to, why you put branches in there?
No, those are called asparagus.
Oh.
Yes.
You don't. You don't eat the
No, I didn't, my public schooling system did not allow me to.
So I'm using the extra sterk Mrs. Ball's chutney, and I'm using the jalapeno chutney because jalapeno obviously goes with Mexican flavors, and then extra sterk is because we want that more sweet, pungent umami flavor. Yeah. I'm brushing my sweet corn with my extra sterk Mrs. Ball's chutney dressing that I made for them.
Sanbonani.
Let's have born.
Johnny?
I'm
good.
Now I just want to speak to how the colors are coordinating. This one is a garlic blonde.
The garlic blonde.
Wow.
I love the commitment. So this show to colors.
Did you coordinate?
When I think I was the only one that said little bit off.
I apologize for my
And
French.
this is orange zest.
Yeah. Where zest? Zesty.
So I'm incorporating the Mrs. Ball's chutney with the marination of my cod, as well as the Mrs. Ball's peach chutney to my dressing.
I'm a very big fan of like very bright salads, citrus salads. When I think about a salad I would make on like a summer's day, it would be with peach, with an orange, with like a zesty flavor. So I love the Mrs. Ball's peach because now I can have all of that in a sauce and put it in my sauce for my salad. I'm the chutney lady today.
I've just added the cooked baked beans into my ratatouille and also the Mrs. Balls for that nice chutney flavor. In the back of my mind, because we're only using the oven, so I need to make sure that it cooks properly. So it's opening, closing, and I'm worried that maybe it might not cook properly because of the temperature difference, but I need to make sure that it doesn't burn.
Up next, one oven, multiple elements. It's all about time management as they race to the finish. Convenient, versatile, and packed with flavor. Perfect for any meal. Only the best will do. Color your plate with Koo and Mrs. Balls.
Gene.
Yes, chef.
Lovely asparagus.
Thank you, chef.
So normally, like we were taught when we kind of want to gauge where the woody bits are, it's kind of like how you break it, and you can kind of feel where it breaks naturally. And this bit would still be kind of a bit woody.
Yeah.
And this will be like the more
flavorful side and soft.
Solid advice.
What's in the oven now?
It's in my fish. So I put my fish first, so I know it's it's done. I'm giving it 5 more minutes because it's been there for roughly 10 minutes, so I don't want to overcook it.
Okay. All right, all the best to you.
Thank you so much.
Andile, everything in order?
Everything in order.
So how does that feel, having multiple things cooking, but it's happening in the oven? Because now you have to use instinct.
Yes, it's quite scary because everything needs its own temperature. You have to check in, you have to make sure that everything is not burning. And one needs a higher, one needs a lower, so I need to keep on checking to make sure that everything is fine. Cool. It's quite tricky, but you just have to manage it.
All right, continue.
Thank you.
Good luck, Andile.
Thank you, chef.
Being in the kitchen at the moment, it's intense. It's intense. There's a lot going on. I think also for everyone, you can see that we took it at a lighter scale, but yeah, no, it's getting real.
It's hectic.
I entered Color Your Plate with Koo Season 4 simply because I wanted to reconnect with the person that I am. There was an element of me that was somewhere in desiring somewhere. I don't know where, And I knew that for me to find myself, it was through cooking.
O qadile ho pheha a le monyane haholo a ke re ha ntse a hola ka age ya bo ma 6, 7 so a ja dijo tse leng hore yo o tloretse then ha ba le 12 years ha ke qala ke pheha nna e mamopela a ntshebe ha ntse ke pheha ke a mpotsa o kentseng o etsa jwang mo kentseng mo etsa jwang I must phone a pay. So ntho e makatsang gore nna ke mo rutile o sa ruta nna ka jeng o pheha dintho tse makatsang ka tsela e nngwe e ke sa tsebeng gore o nka kae lerato la ho pheha le ho yena.
Hi. Keep on.
Okay, I'm letting my cauliflower to cool down a bit and then I'm going to grate it. I want to make cauliflower rice.
Okay, cauliflower rice, but you wanted that char on them, and it's
Yes.
going to give that a different flavor.
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct, chef.
That's nice, and you feel like all your elements
Are coming together,
coming
yes.
together.
Yes. So far, I feel like I'm on track.
won't take much of your time. So that
Thank
you can
you.
do
Thank
your
you.
thing.
Mabalani,
Hi.
how's it going?
It's going okay. It's going okay. I'm just moving along.
How does it feel to cook like this, and on top of that, knowing that somebody's going home today?
Cooking like this is obviously a little bit, very different for me because I cook with a lot of music in the background. So just singing little songs in my head also because it helps me time myself better. So knowing that someone's going to go home is very nerve-wracking. I don't want to go home. Like, I'm still having a good time. I love seeing you guys.
You've just come back, so you don't have to,
Exactly. I don't want to go right after I got back. So.
Okay.
So these are oyster mushroom.
Oysters.
Yes, oyster
I
mushroom.
don't know what oysters are. The
Today
oysters
you
do
will
not
know.
look like this.
No, it's mushrooms. Okay, I was gonna show you.
Inland oysters.
Yes.
From where?
From the lands.
RTBS port then.
Probably, I don't know.
Hey, okay, fine.
Yes.
Kitty mushroom, by the way, it's not oysters.
So this is another alternative for scallops. So for vegetarian people, if you don't eat like meat or fish, this will be a good alternative.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So substitute.
Substitute.
Sure.
Yes.
Contestants, you have been cooking for an hour.
30 more minutes to go, guys.
Let's go.
I check my fish now. It's going all right. I'm just worried that it won't have the crispy top that I want. It was hot. And also that time we were only using the oven. So imagine how tricky that is. You're always opening the oven, which reduces the temperature, and you close it, and then this one doesn't cook well. That doesn't cook right. It's a lot.
Oh, Mabalons.
Hello.
Are we on track?
Things are going alright. They're going as okay as they can go. I need to go get some mayonnaise.
Wow, that smells good.
Thank you.
This, so, mayonnaise again.
Mayonnaise, kidera dip tayon.
Don't know what's dripping more, the chicken or me. I realized that while I'm busy cooking, that I have used the wrong Mrs. Balls, but I think it kind of worked because the whole initial plan was to impart a lot of chili flakes. So I needed that heat level, but I think it added an extra hint of spiciness. No guys, yo.
Seems like my wig is falling off. It feels like it's falling off. That's how hectic it is. But I believe I'll finish in time.
My rice caught an attitude, not from me. I don't know from where. And it decided that it's not gonna cook. I had to pivot. The first thing I put in was the rice, and it's not cooked. So I changed to a chickpea and baked beans, romesco kind of roasted salad. Okay. Yeah, because I'm not going home today.
There are 30 minutes left on the clock, and look, I was panicking a little. I just put my chicken to grill, give it some more, aesthetic looks.
I'm not using taco shells, I'm using tortillas, and I'm gonna just toast them a little bit towards the end.
Time is running out, and now my sides are done, and the main dish is in the oven. It just needs to get a little bit of caramel color, and it should be done.
The competition in the kitchen is really tough because, this is the top 6 and all of us are really sweating.
So there's 10 minutes on the clock. So far, I'm quite confident because I have pretty much managed to assemble most of my elements. It's just to obviously add the touch-ups and make sure that I have everything that I wanted. Oh,
My
that's chicken.
chicken is chickening. I'm taking my chicken out of the oven, and I can see that there isn't like a color to it the way that I had envisioned. Yes, it is baked, but I needed to get like some more color where it looks very tasty. So I'm panicking, I won't lie, I'm stressed.
I'm taking my skillet out of the oven and I'm putting my cooked baked beans inside. I'm stirring it all together. The flavors are in sync, it's in harmony, and it's all good. I'll definitely have enough time to plate my fish because at least, I was pushing through the first half. So I managed to make a comeback. So I think I might just slide it on the plate so it doesn't just collapse.
everyone is on their A game, everyone is running around and making sure that they're making their dishes look nice, taste very nice. So everything is just on another level today.
Funny enough, this is my first time ever poaching a fish. I usually confit things, but poaching, my first time. So hopefully Chef Ruben likes it.
I over-warmed up my taco shells, but it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. I just put some others in the oven so that they're not like crispy. Time is sprinting and I do not have another technique in my head to get the brown that I want on the tortillas, so I'm just gonna use them the way they are.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop cooking! This was a challenge. When they say a challenge, this is what they mean. But I am very proud, and for me, this is a really good bowl of food. This is something I would eat. This is something I would serve to my family, so I could only hope the judges love it.
It was really an interesting challenge. There were a few mistakes I made while I was cooking, but we made it at the end at least, and we served on time. That's the main goal.
It's fine, yeah. Hopefully they taste the love and forget the dodginess.
I'm hoping they get impressed by the main dish, the ratatouille, right? Because I put so much effort in it, and I tried by all means to incorporate the flavor into the sauce, also by adding the baked beans and other spices.
I'm most proud of my chicken that I was able to get a beautiful color, and I never knew that you can use Mrs. Balls as a nice marinade. So, you know, I'm like happy with that, yeah.
It was challenging, honestly, it was challenging. But we managed to obviously have all the components that I wanted to have on my plate. So yeah, we survived.
Up next, is it roasted to perfection or immediate rejection as the judges taste their oven-baked creations? When two legends come together, magic happens. Make good eating easy. Color your plates with Koo and Mrs. Balls.
Hey, Eugene, how did that go?
Yeah, it was quite a challenge, eh? You know, we're all used to using like the stovetop just to see a finish off.
Have you ever roasted fish in the oven before?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
yeah.
so you went with something that you've done before?
Yeah, I went with something that I was more comfortable with.
Yeah.
I'm confident with presenting my dishes to the judges because I put my all out. I showed them the flavors. I made Miss Bolt's chutney the star. Also made the baked beans the star as well.
Eugene, I would say well done on taking this on. I love whole roasted fish. There's an underlying sweetness that's slightly overpowering. You know, it becomes that type of one-dimensional element that you're getting. I like how you brought the chutney into the fish for the glaze. You can really taste that. The beans, it's lovely, but I don't like the sweetness. It's just needed a bit of balancing there.
Oh, yes, sure.
Because then you get to the salad too. The watermelon obviously will also give you sweetness. So maybe just sort of lemon juice towards the end or something like that. That's the one element that I think you could have added, some acidity.
Yes, chef.
Eugene, I really loved your meal. The treatment of the fish was great. And I love the way you did the asparagus. It was crunchy. It brought in a different sort of texture to the dish. The beans were a bit sweet, but otherwise I think you did really well. The challenge was not easy, so well done.
Thank you.
I'd have to agree with Chef over here that the sweetness, almost when I got to both the beans and the watermelon, it almost feels like they're all merging into one taste. But I also like your dreadlock-inspired asparagus was art for me.
That's
Hey, judges?
Yebo, bhali. Ufundeni ke?
Ngifunda ukuthi kunzima ukupheka nge-oven, like kunzima, where all of the elements have to be in the oven.
Yeah.
Just timing and making sure ukuthi ngapha if you're baking, the other one needs to grill. Like, yeah, ngifunda ukuthi ziyabuya. As I'm watching the judges taste my food, I'm just praying that the chicken is cooked and is not pink.
Your dish, it was warm, it was hearty, it was homely. You treated everything so beautifully and with integrity. Every turn, there was a new flavor, you know, new zest. And then sauce ya garouane is amazing. good touch on that because it went with everything on your plate. It really just reminded me of home, and I just loved every minute of it. Really well done, Nitandi.
I must say the roasted vegetables were done almost to perfection. The butternut salad, it gave a nice filling feeling without the need for like a strong starch. And then I did enjoy the sauce. For me, it was just slightly zesty. It was interesting to have the orange flavor. I was still looking for the Mrs. Balls. Didn't find it.
I will say I used the spicy one, the extra hot one, not like the original.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
We always say color your plate, and I think you've really colored your plate. I mean, that sauce that you're talking about, for me, it was the crown of this dish. The way you balance the sweetness, the acidity, it was just out of this world. Well done.
Thank you.
I am nervous. I do think the nerves will never, ever end.
Tell us, was it another good day for you in the kitchen?
It was a day. I had to pivot a little bit because one of my elements wasn't working out. So
What element is that?
I was going to have a rice cooked in a Q baked bean puree with some baked beans in it. So the rice was fighting me in the oven. And every time I tasted it, it was harder than before. So I was like, I can't have this. But thank goodness for the Koo legume range. So I just used the chickpeas and I just roasted them with the Koo baked beans and then tossed them in my romesco sauce.
My heart is really pounding sitting in front of the judges as they're tasting because I really want them to like the cabbage and that I really cooked it well in the oven and they like the romesco bean combination.
This was amazing. The way you infused these Asian flavors into the fish was quite beautiful. I mean, the cook on the fish is great because the fish is nice and flaky. This cabbage together with the miso and sun-dried tomatoes, I loved it. Totally sublime.
Thank you, thank you.
I really loved the poached cod and the coconut sauce and then the jalapeno Mrs. Balls. Yo, I felt like I was in Barbados. Eish, Gana King, what is this one?
Romesco.
Acha, but from Italy. Hey, Akisho, maybe it's a personal preference, but the other two are chef's kiss.
Thank you.
I agree with all the judges. I think they don't appreciate maybe how difficult it is to cook the fish like that because you get that nice creaminess of the coconut, but you can still taste the fish and all the elements that you then added afterwards. Really well done there, and also the other elements. Well done for pivoting with the chickpeas. I quite enjoyed it. So yeah, good job.
Thank you, chef.
I'm hoping that the judges like the dish because I've put in so much effort, I've put in so much love into it. So I'm hoping that they really love the dish.
I'll start with the ratatouille. The brinjal is usually sometimes quite hard to get right in terms of cooking. I know there's a lot of moisture in it. It still felt a little bit rubbery. Tomato bases usually need some time for them to really cook in. It almost felt like it was 10 minutes away from really coming together. Was it Mrs. Balls in there?
Definitely.
10 points already. And then this is my first time I've had oysters in a mushroom. I really enjoy the mint sauce that complemented the mushroom.
The ratatouille was beautifully constructed, but it missed some depth in it in terms of that tomato base and the baked beans that you had in there. But the other elements that you have as sides really pair well. Your veggie and prawn salad, it was nice. The sauce was also nice. That sweetness from Mrs. Balls. Overall, it's a good dish.
Thank you.
Are you happy with what you've put forward?
I am happy. There's just the one element that I had copied from you that didn't make it to the plates. That bored me a little bit that it couldn't make it. But the heroes of the whole competition all made it there. So I'm happy about that and how I incorporated them differently in everything. Whenever I cook, people do a little food dance or they tilt their head a certain way. They're not doing that, so that's making me feel even more nervous than I already am.
Mabalani, I liked how you incorporated the chutney and the beans into a dish. It's really well done there. And then there's a lot of that salad ingredients, salsa ingredients that kind of replicates with the mealie. even though that was really nicely charred, so I love that flavor. But the salsa sort of ingredients is very similar to what I'm picking up now in your taco. I also think in the taco, there's some zestiness missing there. You mentioned that you're going to put lime, and that's exactly the element that I feel is missing.
Yeah, it's that sauce that was, yeah.
For me, you did well, but I don't think it was the best plate.
When you're doing a main with 2 dishes, you do it, you step back. What do I need to add to it? What can complement it? So even the smashed potatoes, if you had brought maybe a little bit more heat there, instead of having sour there and then sour cream here, it's really heavy and a lot of sourness to it. But otherwise, well done.
Thanks, Mama.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rutumeti, how did the cook go?
It was challenging. The cooking was quite challenging. And towards the very end, that's when you actually realize the execution of what you would think of, how pemos tofu, it's nothing to what you would get maybe if you on.
Okay.
Yes.
Just a quick question. Why did you choose to go with this cheese?
Because I feel that Gouda is quite rich in flavor. So we can at least enhance more cooling ale.
Yeah. All right.
Whilst the judges are still tasting, I'm trying to read their body language and their faces, but you can never, ever be certain of what's going through their minds.
For me, it's like a very nice meal, but it didn't give me anything more than that. I enjoyed the Mediterranean, the salad. That was fresh. I enjoyed the dressing over there. And then now, when we go to the broccoli, my first girlfriend, Buitumel. Hey, Buitumel didn't know how to cook, So Nutella cheese everywhere. So I'm not too sure. Maybe you can already negative thoughts about that relationship, but that one was not for me. Yeah? But the rest, I was in love.
Thank you.
For me, I think the cauliflower rice with the chicken also was very nice, but I kind of missed more of the sauciness of that. I think it would have been even nicer, especially with you having baked it in the oven, so those nice kind of chicken juices and those flavors would have been even nicer with it. Just to elevate it. I like the fresh element of your salad, especially with the addition of the orange in there. Very nice, and the parsley. But yeah, the question is it going to be enough?
If there was anything I would change, it would definitely be that broccoli salad. Ooh, child. It did me dirty.
Up next, who will be the next contestant heading home? Will it be Mandile, Ritumezi, Mabalani, Eugene, Sandanati, or Andile? For meals best enjoyed with the ones you care about, only the best will do. Color your plates with Koo and Mrs. Balls.
Unfortunately, one of us has to go home today.
I am this close to elimination today, and the judges are standing there. They're about to call out our names, and yeah, my heart is pounding.
Contestants, well done on completing today's challenge. We know it was not an easy one, but you rose to the challenge. Thank you, Vafa, for joining us today and bringing the sauce to the kitchen.
Woo!
Thank you so much, Arthur. Today I have the pleasure to announce the top 2. So without further ado, the 2 people who brought the sauce today in this challenge were Pans and Sandanati.
Thank you.
I know that's right.
You guys have proven that it's not only the cream that rises to the top, but Abu Plondi. Sooner or later, they rise to the top. So well done to you guys.
Thank you.
Beautiful dishes today.
And then to the rest of you, at this stage of the competition, we are looking for excellence. We're looking for something different, for wow flavors. And we cannot excuse mistakes. And mistakes for me is also lack of flavor, lack of balance, lack of texture. And unfortunately today, we didn't get that from you. The person leaving the competition today is Ritumetse.
I'm sad but happy at the same time. I'm happy for the experience that I got. I'm happy for obviously the lessons that I'm taking with me. I'm happy for the beautiful people I got to meet.
This challenge really tripped you up. But thanks, you brought beautiful flavors in the earlier rounds. There's definitely talent there. So keep on cooking, keep on inspiring and pleasing the palates out there, your family and your friends and everyone. And it was great to have you in our kitchen. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef.
She's such a warm person, and I'm sure that this experience, it's not the end. She's about to do a lot after this.
And to the rest of you, we'll see you in the next challenge. You have to give it your all. Fight for your spot in the competition. Yes. Well done.
So my final goodbye words is that always go for what you want and what you love. Never, ever, ever, ever limit yourself, man. And to the remaining contestants, best of luck.
No one is safe. This competition is getting tougher and tougher.
And there's only one of us that can win Color Your Plate with Koo.
Make meaningful food moments with Koo. Wozani, let's eat together. See you next week on Color Your Plate with Koo.
Another Feel Good production.